Honorable members, the division has been unnecessarily claimed. Honorable members, please resume your seats. Honorable members, the motion has accordingly been adopted. This Honorable House has accordingly approved the nomination of Justice Paul Baffoe as Chief Justice of the Republic in accordance with Article 114, Clause 1 of the 1992 Constitution, respectively. I want to take this opportunity to, on behalf of the House, congratulate the nominee on his approval by Parliament. I urge the nominee to take all what has happened right up from the day of the nomination up to his approval, I should say prior approval by Parliament, into consideration in his tenure of office.
House, that, Speaker, I'm not a backbencher, because I heard earlier Honorable Ayimbadu was given 10 minutes, and I thought, Mr. Speaker, I don't know how the leadership agreed, but the most important thing is that ministers are equated to rankings and chairs. So I don't know if that timing could be relooked at. But other than that,
Honorable Member, you are actually not a backbencher, but you have been favored to speak instead of a backbencher. That should have been given to a backbencher. So I thought that you should have shown some gratitude to your leaders. If you think that you are oversized, then we'll get proper size for you next time.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I'll thank you and the leadership for the opportunity to speak in place of a backbencher. But Mr. Speaker, my worry is about the conclusion of the report of the committee. Mr. Speaker, as you may know, the House is guided by rules. And all our rules, Mr. Speaker, because of timing, I want to state that if you take Order 217, it says that the committee's report will either be by consensus or by voting. Mr. Speaker, so far as all of us were concerned, there was no voting at the Appointments Committee. Because, Mr. Speaker, as you know, votings are done at the tail end of the matter, whether it's a motion, whether it's a question, whether it's whatever decision is taken at the tail end. And, Mr. Speaker, as we all also know, because of the timing, the rules of the House says that whatever rules that play to the chamber equally plays at the committee level. And Speaker, like I'm debating now, I cannot speak now and tell you, Mr. Speaker, when it's time for voting, I'll be voting this way and therefore step out. No, it has to be, I have to be present and be voting, as in Article 104 of our Constitution and our Standing Orders 139. Mr. Speaker, I believe that the committee's conclusion should be that it is by consensus decision. It cannot be by majority decision. It was by consensus decision. But Mr. Speaker, and the most important thing, as Mr. Speaker, you may know because of your deep knowledge of this House and its rules, if we are at a committee to vote, until somebody raises quorum, quorum is assumed. If it's time for us to vote, and there's nobody to raise issue of whether we have our full membership or what have you, it is assumed. Mr. Speaker, when people walk out, their names will still be recorded as present. When you are going to record those who were present, their names will be recorded. But they cannot say, we are voting, but we are walking out. No. The time that they were saying they were voting was not time for voting. So, Mr. Speaker, I want the House to consider this and amend the committee's report to indicate that the decision was by consensus, so that they do not take more of our time. Mr. Speaker, most importantly on the nominee, for me, I'm wondering why our colleagues are even doing what they are doing. Because, Mr. Speaker, it is very clear by Article 146 of the Constitution, where the President is mandated, if there's petition, to remove a Chief Justice or otherwise, the proper procedure was followed to the end. And if you have a challenge to that, it is not on the floor of Parliament that you come and challenge that. Mr. Speaker, the nominee, if you look at his experience, you and I, Mr. Speaker, with all humility, were members of the Appointments Committee when we vetted him in 2008. I was a backbencher member of the Appointments Committee, and he's been there for 17 years. Mr. Speaker, if you look at his impeccable records, you will be wondering why has he not been Chief Justice long ago. Because, Mr. Speaker, this is one person that has run his career through almost all the government. He got to the bench through President Rawlings, as indicated by even the committee's report. He got to the High Court through President Rawlings. Then, through President Kufuor, he went to the Appeals Court and the Supreme Court. And he's one of the very experienced persons that we have. If you look at his experience, if you look at the things that he's been able to do, even academically, and you wonder why he was not even made a Chief Justice earlier. But like we said, everybody marks his time. This is his time. This is the time for Justice Paul Baffoe. And Mr. Speaker, we must support him and encourage him to be able to give out his best, as he himself had indicated in the record. But Mr. Speaker, I want us to look at the issue of the committee's conclusion, saying that it's by majority decision. Mr. Speaker, I strongly believe it is by... Thank you very much.
Honourable Member, very difficult to accede to your request because you now have to define what voting means. What do you mean by voting? Do you have to use a thumbprint? Can you use your mouth to vote? There are so many ways that you can determine somebody has voted. The report is very clear. It says after the minority leader made his submission, which was preliminary, it stated clearly and is quoted, the minority caucus hereby vote en bloc to reject the nominee. That is at the public hearing. And so, clear indication as to voting. Then, getting to the end of the report, the chairman captured it again, where he says, in conclusion, all the members of the New Patriotic Party minority were opposed to and voted against the nomination of the Chief Justice. That is what we have. And so I'm saying that then you have to define what you mean by vote. Has it got to be a physical indication either by thumb or pen, or could it be by word? And that one, we may have to look at it again. Then he concluded, the chairman, the committee therefore recommends to the House by majority decision. He didn't tell us how the majority came by the decision. And it could be just the discussion there that they agreed that we support the nomination. That will be a decision, and that will be a way of voting. And so once they took that decision and adopted the report, we cannot question that they haven't been voting at the committee level. That is the challenge I have. And so I'll have difficulty in directing that the report of the committee be amended to capture the views that you've expressed. May we now go on to the next person, and that is the Honorable Member for Tampuli Alhassan. Tampuli Hassan, your constituency is Gushegu. Gushegu. That is his name here. Yes,
Speaker,
please.
I'm sorry, but Speaker, with respect, I submitted the names from the minority. And as far as I can recollect, the next to speak is the Honorable Samuel Oku. Speaker, if you may indulge me. That is the list. No, that's the list we submitted.
That is what I have here. But when your leader was speaking, he mentioned Tampuli before. But what you actually submitted to me, the third name is Sami Awuku, which is 5 minutes. But in his submission, he mentioned Tampuli first.
With respect, not to challenge the leader, but we will respectfully require of you that we go by the list. So we will.
So, Honorable Sami Awuku,
Yes,
5 minutes.
Thank you, Speaker.
Right Honorable Speaker, let me thank you for the opportunity to comment on the Appointment Committee's report on the President's nominee for the office of Chief Justice.
Are you contributing to it or you are commenting?
I'm contributing to it, Right Honorable Speaker.
Because the two are different. The two are different.